Hello and welcome to yet another game development with Pygame video tutorial. Today we will learn how you can write text on your window and how we can set some limits to the movement of our car so the player will lose if he exits the road. In order to write text on our window, first we'll call the function Pygame font. I will write it here. This function returns an object, a font object, takes two arguments. The first one is the font, the background that we want to load our font on. If you set it to none, it will be the default font of Pygame, and the second one is the size. Now on the variable small font we have saved an object, a font object. Then inside our game loop we need to draw text on this font object, and in order to do this we will call the method render. It's a method of font objects, and this method will return a text object, so I will save it in a variable called text equals small font, which is our font, render, and the render method takes three arguments. The first one is a string that will be the text that we want to draw. The second argument is a boolean value that activates or not anti-aliasing. We will set it to true for now. And the third argument is the color of our text. I will set it to black. Finally, we will draw the text object on our window with the blit method, the same way that you draw the images. Display blit text, comma, the coordinates that you want your text to be printed on. I will set them to 0 and 0 because I want the text to appear on the top left of my screen. So now if I run the game, made a small mistake here. Yeah, here I forgot plus. I'm casting points to a string and adding them to this string, so the text that we want to appear is score and the points of our player. Now if I run it, you can see that on the top left of my screen there is the score, that every time I gain a coin, I gain a point, increases. After this we will create some limits for the movement of our car, and when the car is off the road the player should lose. Hence we will create a new function that I will call check step out, and it needs one argument that will be car x. We want to know on the horizontal axis what is the position of our car, and I will write an if statement inside if car x is smaller than 0.1 times window width, or car x is bigger than 0.78 times window width. Those limits, 0.1 times window width on the left and 0.78 times window width on the right, I found them by experimenting for a while with different numbers and seeing where the car is on our screen. And For now, if the car is outside this range from 0.1 to 0.78, the player will lose, and for now losing will mean just that the game is closing. The game will close. Pygame quit and system exit. Now, after I have written this function, we need to call it inside our code. I will call it here check step out car x. I will run it now, and if I exit the limit on the left, the game closes, I lost. If I exit the limit on the right, the game closes, I lost. The last thing that I will show you today will be how to load the sound inside our game. You can see that I have put in our folder the file it.ogg. Pygame, in Pygame you can load .ogg files. If you have files that are of a different extension, you should change them. You can find a lot of online converters. You should change them to .ogg. After you put the file inside your folder, inside your code you should call the function Pygame mixer sound. I will do it right now. I will write point sound, which will be the variable that the function will return an object, and this will be the variable that the object will be saved inside. Pygame mixer sound, and the name of our file. And after you load it, you can use the method play. So I will just go inside here, and for it returns the value true. We'll write sound point sound play. Now if I run the game, you can see that whenever I eat a coin, I collect a coin, sound is played. With this we will conclude today's episode. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe. See you next time.